It's Friday, May the 14th, and I've placed a limit short order here in the DAX at the price of 15,364. And we're only a few points away from it now. And the reason is here, this resistance area, that's where we bounced back several times. And the DAX went up nicely since this morning, about 0.07%. So let's see if the order gets executed. We had a nice move up since noon today, up to this, just to this resistance line. And I was a little late. I didn't see it first, but maybe I will get an execution after all. So I'm in, and I have a loss right now. The sale price was 64, and we're 12 points over that right now. And you see, this has been on for quite a lot of time here. And that means I'm going to start to minimize the risk. I'm going to pull the stop a little closer to the present price, because if the market continues to go against me, then I just have to get out. You see, the market is relatively strong, and this idea to go short here may not have been right, and therefore I might be stopped out soon. Now, you see, the market continues to go higher and will take my stop. Okay, that was it. So this is a loss of 471 euros. I can live with that. Such losses happen because I had tightened the stop a bit and the loss was not that big, and therefore it's not a problem for me. Up to the next trade. It's Tuesday today, the 18th of May. And as you can see, I opened a long position here in the US dollar Japanese yen currency pair. That's at 108.90. That's the opening price. And here you see it, it's a waiting limit order. And yeah, it should be executed at some point. And you see the reason is the support here in the 108.90 area. We've had several touches here, and this is where the pair found the resistance and went over. You see here, we went over and then we came back. So if you look at it and the 5-minute chart, you can see that there is some consolidation around this area. We don't have an execution yet. Let's wait and see. Okay, I'm in right now, and well, I'm down about a pip. That's logical because we have a pip spread here, and we have to overcome this first. The stop is about 10 pips away right now. I'm giving the trade a little bit of air, but you'll see that I'll tighten the stop over time. So this is not a quick scalp. I expect that this may well go a little bit longer. We are on the 5-minute chart here, and you see this downward movement. We are now at about 11:40, has been going on all the morning, and I'm hoping for a technical counter move here. So let's say that it would be nice if the currency pair could run towards about 109. That would be 10 pips, and I would be really glad with that. So the position is 10 standard lots, so $1 million in total. That's my usual position size for me when I'm scalping. Okay, we are lucky that it's going in the right direction here. I'm up to 3 pips now. And you can see that I've already tightened up the stop a bit at 5 pips distance now to the entry. So I already reduced the risk. You see the pair run up here in the first reaction after we came down and touched the support line. You see it here, 2-3 pips up, and then it came down again and made, so to speak, a small fake candle here. You see it here. And that was really the test for me. And here we had, again, a stabilization, and then I just went long here. So not on the first reaction, but I waited for the test and went long then. So if, let's see here, there I went long. Let's see if the trade works. So yeah, we have here now a situation where the trade seems to work, but not that great. You see the pair tried to rise here at 108.94, and then, but it doesn't really succeed to overcome this level here at 94. And right now it's even making a bit of a loss here. But that means I'm going to pull my stop up a little bit. Okay, to minimize the risk in this situation, you have to do this. It doesn't have to mean that the trade will be a loss at the end, but it's just a good habit to get a little bit more conservatively. If it doesn't really get going, then I start minimizing the risk. So we're only 3 pips in the risk at this moment. Okay, now what I was hoping for is happening after all. I'm up about 6 pips now, that's great. I can push the stop towards the entry now, which means I only have 1 pip risk in this trade. And I'm about 5 pips ahead right now. Looks good, and I will try to stay in this trade as long as possible. You see, there was a little test here, and now it does look like we might go back towards this 109 level. Okay, now we're going to put the stop on break even. I have now about 7.5 pips, and you could say my realistic target of 109 is almost reached. So that would be 10 pips profit. Doesn't mean that I want to close my position here, but I expect some resistance here should we reach the round number here at 109. Let's see how the market handles it. Okay, another 5-minute candle. And after this breakout candle here, this was an inside candle here. And so this last candle is smaller, both in terms of the high, in terms of the low, than the previous candle. And the pair really has to go now up. And I will start to minimize the risk here. I'm definitely going to lock in 3.5 pips of profit. I'm not going to give that away anymore. It's got to go up now. You see, as a trader, that's just logical behavior. If the pair doesn't make a new high, I think I might take the profit. Okay, approaching the initial price target of 109 yen, and that has set, and we are up now about 8 pips. I will tighten the stop again. You always have to reckon with the internal volatility in the trade, and it goes up 2-3 pips and down, back and forth. But I want to have at least 5 pips of profit here in any case in this trade. It should suddenly go in the other direction, but right now it looks good, and we'll stay in the trade as long as we can. I will take the profit here. It's just about 500 euros, and the reason is that it doesn't really go beyond this 109 threshold here. Maybe I'm too fast. Maybe I should have stayed in. I don't know. But just before my goal, I get out and we'll see if it was right or not. You see, the first red candle is coming up. It doesn't really mean it's not going, it's going to in the other direction, but maybe I was wrong with my assumption. But anyway, I'm quite happy with those 7 pips here in this currency pair. It's a nice gain. It is Tuesday, May the 25th. I have just opened a long position here in the euro dollar at the price of 122.29. And the reason is this swing high from May the 24th. Here you can see it. Here's the swing high. So from yesterday. Okay. Of course, I have to tighten the stop a little bit. It's just too far away. I set my profit here at 28 pips higher, but that might be quite ambitious. But let's see if we can make some money on this trade. Okay, I tightened the stop loss. Now it's at 26, which are 3 pips below my entry. And as you can see, I have a small gain of 3-4 pips. But honestly, if the euro doesn't move up soon, I'll probably take my profits. Yeah, the market is having a little bit of trouble breaking this level here at 34, but maybe it work out. I'm going to put a stop here a little bit above break even. With that, we're not going to let anything go wrong with this trade. So no risk anymore. Okay, it looks it's going into the right direction and I secure my trade here. Now the stop at 22.33. No, 31, I put the stop. I'm going to put it now at 33. Okay. So where could this go? There has been some resistance here at the level to 40, 41 here in this area. So that could be a possible target for this trade. And we are at 38 now. It's going well, but let's wait and see. I'm going out. It's not really going up more, and I decide to take the profit. I can easily see the market going down again here from here, and maybe afterwards then going up. It's sometimes really difficult to take a decision to take profits, but I thought it went quite well here, and I'm quite happy with the trade. Okay, it's Thursday, May the 27th, and I've taken here a short position in the DAX here in the afternoon, shortly after the opening bell in New York. So you see clearly here the DAX moved up well since this morning from the area here around 15,367 to approximately here 15,486. So at the moment it looks like, at least on the 5-minute chart, that this resistance area, which is an old one, could hold. So that is why I opened this short position here. So I'm scalping here heading south. Okay. So since we didn't go above these highs here you see it, I'm going to put the stop right here now, a little above those highs. That's at 93 now, and that means we're only 12 points at risk now. Okay, so slowly the trade seems to work, and that means I'm going to reduce my risk further. So the stop is just now just above the entry. Yeah. Okay, let's just put it here on break even. If you have 300 euros gains, then okay, now he comes. Okay, so let's put the stop dutifully and secure at least a part of the profit. I hope the short now really starts to run. Okay, I had this take profit here, order at this support here. Whether we'll go so far, we will see. Okay, that's it. So this was just a small profit, and yeah, well, if that's all the market gives you, then that's it. It's simply like that. You just don't always get the full loot, of course. And I think it was only 200 or 215, 16 euros profit. That's not very much, at least not for me. But as you can see, the market is strong. The Dow Jones is also well up, and it's quite possibly that we might see even higher prices today. And you have to be okay with this trade, even if it was just a small profit. Clearly, this was the big opportunity here this morning, here at 9:30, when we reached the support here. That was the best to get in the DAX today, although the short opportunity did exist. It was absolutely a valid trade here at this resistance, no question. But maybe I set the stop a little bit too tight, and that I gave the trade not enough room to play out. But if you observe that the trade doesn't really work nicely, and now we've been in the trade for 20, 25 minutes, and it doesn't really come down, then it definitely is a first indication that the market actually wants to go up. And this is simply just a small correction here. That's maybe just a small correction. It's Friday, May the 28th, and you can see I opened a limit long position here in the currency pair US dollar Swiss franc. And there's a very specific reason for that. We are in the 1 hour chart here in the Heikin chart, as you can see. And you see this level here at 09,000. This is a round number. This is quite a special place. I spoke about this in the course, and often you see that currencies turn around this round number. It simply has to do with institutional orders waiting at those levels. And you see that here in the past days and weeks, in the hourly chart, the market turned several times at this point. You see it here on May the 17th, here May the 11th, May the 17th, there, 11th of May, here the 17th of May, here the 19th of May, here the 20th of May, then it turned the 24th of May, and yesterday the 27th. So, and today here finally we got a breakout to the upside, and that is now, this breakout is now being tested. Now the market is coming back and testing this level here again. So the famous principle, resistance becomes support from the technical analysis. That is what's happening right now. And that's the reason why I'm trying a long position here in this currency pair. So now I'm had an execution, and my entry price was around the round number, so 9,000. And right now this position is slightly down, but of course I hope that will change soon. Let's go to the 5-minute chart now. You can see that this was the breakout. Okay, this happened in the early afternoon. The market went 28, 29 pips above this round number level, and that was almost effortless. You see that there was no significant resistance here. But now we have the test, and there was already a first attempt here. Go long here. A fast scalper in the 1-minute chart could take some pips here. And now we have a second test, so to speak. So this seems to be a fake here, this candle. And it could go now in the other direction. You see we have the first green candle here. So it could be that my assessment is correct. Wait and see. Of course, we have a stop loss here, which is still at 10 pips, but I'm going to pull the stop up soon. Okay, short update. You see the market is still slightly below this round number. And you see a lot of spinning tops and dojis here. And of course, that might have to do with the fact that there seems to be a lot of order switching between market participants at that level. Well, at least that's my interpretation of what's happening. But for now, I'm not at all concerned by that. It's completely normal that this takes time, and for their stay calm in the trade and observe. Okay, 2 new 5-minute candles, and you can see the trade so far as at least is not developing in the desired direction. That means I'm going to start reducing the risk and put a stop below these lower spikes here. And that's part of the trader's job, to limit the risk. If the idea doesn't work, then that's what you have to do, and there is all there is to it. It doesn't mean that the trade will not work, but at least it is important that you recognize that if it does take too long, you should do it. You should reduce the risk. It's a basic principle in trading, and certainly in day trading and scalping. The longer it takes, the less likely it is that the trade will be a profit. It's just an experience. Okay, another update. You see the trade is not going in the right direction at the moment. So I continue to reduce the risk, and either the pair goes up now or we have to take a small loss. I'm about 5 pips at risk now and the stop. And that is what I'm willing to pay for this trade. Okay, that's it. We have a loss, but as you see, risk limitation is key, as all good traders do and say. So now the question may arise, if the market would now go up from here on, should you try a second time to go long? And my answer is quite clear on that. Even if that were to happen now, I would not take a second position. even if the pair was to suddenly go in the direction I wanted after all, I would not get in again. And that is simple because it didn't work the first time. And in my experience, well, don't do it if it doesn't work the first time. It's that simple as that. There's a reason for that. I might have had a nice idea here with my round number, but the trade did simply not work, and there is a reason for that. There are simply more sellers than buyers. It's just simple as that. So let it be and just consider this trade as a small loss, which is part of the game, as we know. But you see, it was very important to limit the risk to 5 pips. There's a difference between 5 pips loss and 10 pips loss. It's Thursday, the 3rd of June, and I placed a limit short order here in the currency pair US dollar Swiss franc, and it was just executed just now. And the reason was because we reached this resistance level here, which dates already from May the 20th. You see this here on the 1 hour chart. So this resistance level is 2 weeks old, and that is where we just approached it now, the currency pair here. And you can see the entry level was at 0.9046, and okay, the stop loss is still 20 pips above that at the moment, but of course that's very far away. I will readjust that soon. So the idea is that we might have a technical correction here on the first touch of this technical level. Okay. So we had a spinning top. You can see that here. See the spinning top. And the next candle is also red now. So it looks we are going to get a correction here at least. So I'm definitely going to stay in the trade at this moment. Okay, the trade is developing well, at least for the moment. And you see I already tightened the stop loss significantly. Now we are at 52. In other words, I'm only 6 pips at risk. And since I have a little bit of profit, I'm going to further minimize the risk. And now we only have 3 pips risk now. So that's the advantage of this currency pair, that you can work with relatively small risk. And therefore you can go into the market with relatively large positions. My standard order here is $1 million. And that is why I like to trade the US dollar Swiss franc when I see a good opportunity. Okay, on this third red candle here in the 5-minute chart, we start to hang a little bit here over at 0.9040. And yeah, that means I want to minimize my risk here after all. Just 1 pip here. Just, it doesn't mean I will take profits here now, but I have 5 pips profit. But it would be nice if I would have 7 or 8 pips. Yeah, it inevitably happens. You see, the market is obviously very strong, and you see we're just a little bit at break even now. I wonder if we get lucky and the market turns back down after this little test here. Okay, that's it. I've been stopped out, and you see the market is just too strong, and I just lost $155 this trade. That's almost break even, and that means it's just a little bit more than 1 pip. I can live with that. It's just part of the trading business. And very important now is here, when you experience this, you just sort of took a shot here and it didn't work, okay? And the market goes up again and you just go out break even or with a small loss. If you realize and you're short and the market is too strong, please don't go short here again. Don't do this. It can work, but it's usually not a good idea. It's usually an indication that we may even see higher prices. It's Thursday today, July the 29th, and I opened a long position here in the Dow Jones at the support here. And we've run several times here during the afternoon. You can see it here. Now we tested this high here from the opening bell, and we came back to the support, and now we seem to turn up again for now. I also went long because there was a test here, and you see this is clearly a fake candle here to the downside, and that was a second reason to take this long position. So let's put the stop simply under this fake candle and observe how the trade will develop. You can see that I have this old high here as a take profit level. That would be about 15 points higher, and it seems to be this is a realistic target from here. Let's see if we reach this target. It looks good at the moment, and I'm definitely going to limit the risk. I'm going to push the stop pretty close to my entry now. If you're up 10, 15 points, then you shouldn't let this thing get too much into the red again. Okay, I think it's clear that the market wants to go up, and anyway, let's take some risk out of the trade. I'm pulling the stop a little bit above break even now. You should not allow here any losses if you're good 20 points ahead, and it's quite possible that we could reach even this take profit here. We're heading in the Dow Jones towards new all-time highs at the moment, and those highs here from the early morning could be the first attempt to form further all-time highs. Anyway, it remains really exciting in the Dow Jones at this moment, and let's see what we can get out of this trade. Okay, first little red candle here. I'm going to just move the stop a good bit higher, and should we get stopped out here, then it would be still a nice profit. But of course, I still hope that we could reach the price target. Let's see. It lacks a bit of momentum here, and therefore I rather assume that the market will take my stop. See, yeah, you see we already have 4 red candles now in the red, and if the Dow doesn't go up soon, and I think the stop will close the trade here. Okay, that was it. Okay, probably the decision was correct to let the stop take me out of the trade, although I still believe that we will possibly reach this high in the course of the afternoon or maybe the evening. And of course, you always hope to take the full loot, but that's an illusion. Trading is a probability game, and you naturally try to get the maximum out of the trade. But as you can see, I tried, but then of course you have to give the trade some room to develop. You can't set the stop too tight, since then you will be stopped out immediately. But you see, in this case, I think the decision was probably correct. And the profit was just under 600 euros in this trade, and I'm quite satisfied with that. It's Monday, the 2nd of August. And as you can see, I just opened a long position here in the Dow Jones. This is probably the market I trade the most. And I like to start or to open a position in the late afternoon, the late European afternoon. And of course, for US-based traders, this means the late morning. You see, we came down here in the 1-minute chart here from a resistance level here. And we came down here just to the support. And we tested once. And then we had a second test here and a little test of water situation here. You can see it on the wicks. And now we seem to turn up again. So let's see if we can make some money here. I just will put the stop here under this low, just to minimize the risk, because we're already some points up here. Looks good, and I'm about 20 points up in the Dow. Okay, I will put the stop now very close to the break-even point. Yeah, you shouldn't have any loss here if you're well ahead. And yeah, it seems to go up relatively quickly, and at this moment I have a gain of about 800 euros. So it might be that I take the profits relatively quickly in this situation if the market moves up quickly here. Okay, I take that 1,000 euro gain. It's 1,000 euros within a few minutes, and I think you should take that. And possibly the market might go even higher, but I'm happy with that. This has been a quick scalp that I'm doing here in the evening in Europe. And with a gain, yes, it's about 955 euros. I'm quite happy with that. It's Thursday today, November the 25th, and we have a 5-minute chart here open on the Dow Jones. You see here, I have a buy entry limit waiting here at a price of 35,830. A limit order with a stop order 15 points below. So the market is 10 points higher right now. And the reason for this trade is this one. And I have to go to the 15-minute chart. Yes, you can see it here. This was a swing high here from November the 23rd. And this high was several times tested, but not broken. And it wasn't until yesterday's trading that the Dow Jones was able to make this high here. Okay. And we had a breakout, and now comes the test. So resistance becomes support, and that is why I have this long position here, and let's wait and see if we also get an execution. Okay, quick update on this trade. As you can see, my assessment was correct, that the market would turn here at this support. But you can see my buy entry is still here in the market. My limit order was not executed. So this time I didn't get a trade. I had pretty much placed this limit here at the support. In a few seconds before I placed this limit, the market already shot up 10 points. And you see what happens after that. I didn't get any execution, unfortunately. And by now, yes, we are already 35 points higher. So this is also something that can happen to you as a trader. If you work with limit orders, of course, it can happen that you do not get an execution. So the stupidest thing you can do now is to chase this market, to try to jump on the bandwagon here. Okay, I wouldn't do that. It's just a missed trade. My idea was right. The market behaved exactly how I expected it to behave, but I wasn't just fast enough, or I came in at the wrong time. And those are just things that happen. So please do not make the mistake of trying to jump on this. The train has long left, and here at this point you almost have to think about taking profits here. So at least those who are in the trade, of course. So I think that's a very important lesson that every trader needs to learn, is not to chase the markets. Trade on your terms, scalp on your terms. And if your term is to get in at 830, then for God's sake, don't get in at 870. There's an important reason why I wanted to enter right here. And that is just this chart reason. And it would have been just right if I had just got this execution. Okay. So avoid that mistake, because in my experience, if you do it anyway, even maybe here, if we were so half way here, you might have made some few points, but here, yeah, okay. But it's often the case that that idea goes wrong, so that the trade ends up in a loss. So don't do it, and scalp and trade on your terms, not on the market terms. Okay. So I'm going to cancel this trade here now. Today is December the 1st, and it's Wednesday today, and I have opened here the 15-minute chart of the Dow Jones. You see the Dow has come down in recent times, and we might have some stabilization here in the area 34,500, 35,000. There we have run up again, and this was the swing high here from November the 3rd, so from yesterday. So the question now is whether we will overcome this swing high from yesterday, which was just below 35,000. And I'm going to put the resistance line here at 34,992. Okay. And I take a look at the 5-minute chart. You see, so we might have some stabilization, but it may be too early to open a position here, possibly. I'm looking for a clear reversal sign, and we haven't seen this yet on the 5-minute chart. Okay, I'm going to open the 1-minute chart. And you can see we corrected briefly, but now here comes another attempt to break this high. If that doesn't succeed and we get a fake candle up here, then that might be an interesting entry. Okay, the order was executed, but my entry was not that good. So let's see if this trade works out. So you see the second attempt here didn't go very far, and we did not get even to the 35,000. So there's definitely the possibility of a correction here at the moment. Okay, we have a good start here. Since I'm trading on the 1 minute chart, it will probably be a fast trade. I'm also willing to take profits relatively quickly. So you see it's going fast at the moment. Entry was at 74 and we are now at 40 about. Okay, you see this candle here, last candle is not forming a new low. And if it doesn't continue to go down quickly now, then I'm going out. You see here, this was the low, and you see the market is already going in the other direction. So I'm going out. Okay. Yeah, and there you see it. We have already the first green candle. So it was good to see here that we're not making a new low, and I think it was wise to take the profit. A little less than I had hoped for, so about 450 euros. It was on the quick. But okay, after all, it was a fast scalp. You can criticize my entry. It was not good enough. Could I have had a little better entry, then I would have made some 700 or 800 euros on this trade. But you see, nobody is perfect. Today is Tuesday, the 21st of June, and as you can see, I have a short position here in the Dow Jones at a level of about 30,480. And the reason is here this uptrend here after we tested the lows a couple of days ago. So market has come back here quite decently, and here this up move of this morning in the first 2 hours here in New York session, I had the idea to short this first move because we were in a kind of trend channel, you could say. Okay, I opened the position in the 5-minute chart, but maybe we should have a look also at the 1-minute chart to see how the trade is doing there, because we are scalpers. Okay, you see the last candle didn't build a new low. Maybe this last candle will build a new low. That would be important to stay in the trade. We're doing quite well at this moment. Let's have a look if we get newer lows on this candle. Okay, we're doing quite well. That's a good scalp, but we need newer lows. If we don't do this, then you see this? It's coming back. Yeah, getting out. And there you have it. The first green candle. It can go very fast. Yes, today is June the 22nd, and I went again short in the Dow Jones. Quite similar situation as yesterday, as you can see here. Short on a level, and look here, this was the high of yesterday. So I went short exactly here at this point, at the high of yesterday, this swing high. Okay, nice move up here, and for me a good reason to try a short scalp here and set for a correction. Okay, we're doing fine. Next candle here in the 5-minute chart. Red candle, but we need a new low. Okay, that's fine, but you should go lower this candle. So let's put the stop more to the entry point. Now he's coming. Okay, fine. So let's put the stop quite near to my entry now. We have 1000 gained. We're doing well. Look at that. So I will put on the 1 minute chart now to manage the trade. We have a nice gain and put the stop clearly in gain area. I would like that the Dow is going under 30,500. That would be my exit if he does this. I hope he does this. Almost. He's going back. Now let's be patient. Let's be patient at this moment. A small pullback now, but I'm still hoping we're going under 30,500, and there I would exit the trade. But now we have this pullback. Okay. Of course, if it's going too far, I have to exit and secure my gains because that's a pity. No, I'm going out. I take that. And you see the first green candle here, and in the 5 minute you see those shadows here, those wicks under the red candles, which means buyers are coming in here just above the 30,500, and that's the reason why I didn't get this level. Okay, decent gain, but we had more than 3,000. It's Thursday morning, and as you can see, I have a long position here in the Dow Jones. I bought 40 contracts, and there is a very simple reason for that. As you can see here, we went straight to the support, and I bought there. And yes, there's a correspondence between this support line and the high of yesterday. So here is the support about where I bought a little bit above the support, but it doesn't matter. Here you can see the high of yesterday afternoon. And that's the reason why I think that we might turn here again. I'm trading in the 1 minute chart, and so because as you can see, the market went straight down also in the 1 minute chart here in the Heikiashi chart. So therefore, I wouldn't trade that in the 5 minute chart. It's a fast market. My entry was about 32,805, 806, yes. And about 10 points up. You see it here, the down move, all in the 1 minute chart. And I'm hoping for a move in the other direction, of course. That's the idea of this scalp trade. Okay, the high was 32,819. Let's hope we get over that level. You see, it's not really working out, so I'm putting the stop near to my entry to limit my losses. We're still in the trade, and there's still a chance that we get over this 20 level here, maybe now. Okay, looks good. And 20 points in the Dow up. So let's put the stop on break even. You shouldn't lose not on this trade when you're 20 points ahead. Another candle in the 1 minute, and I will drive up my stop a little bit further to secure some gains. Okay, looks good. I move up my stop again. Stop now at 13. As you see, that's typical. Probably he will take my stop out. Yeah, well, there it happens. That was it. Small scalp, small gain, but anyway, it was a gain, and always better than a loss, of course. And let's have a look. I got in at 305 and I got out at 313. So 8 points in the Dow. It's not much, but a small gain here. 282 euros in my case, because I'm trading in euro. But you see, the first touch this morning here in New York was better. So the market really went up. I missed the first touch, so I tried the second touch here on the support. But it could be that the market is going down now. Today is Thursday, the 28th of September, and we are looking here at a resistance here in the Dow Jones, and I will show you on the 15-minute chart where this resistance comes from. You see here the low here from the 25th of September, and here another touch. So that is why I draw a line there, and let's look what happens. So I'm short, and the entry was at 33,769, and I immediately have a small gain, so I will put stop more to the entry to reduce the risk. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, that's fine. We have about 17 points now. We are ahead, so let's put the stop nearer to the entry. That's fine. Okay, let's see. We are at 50 here now. I hope we'll get lower. Okay, let's put the stop on break even. When you're about 20 points ahead, you shouldn't lose anymore on such a trade. As you can see, the next candle is not going lower. Okay, I'm going out. Okay, it was only a very small gain, 18 euros, but I was 500, 600 euros ahead first, but that's the game. Sometimes you get out with a small gain, and So let's observe the market and see if we get a second chance on this trade. Normally, I wouldn't take the second chance. Normally, I always try to trade the first touch, but maybe the resistance here could hold. So that means if we're not going over this 782 level. So let's observe this. Okay, back again at the resistance now, and do not go too quickly in this kind of trade because, of course, the market is very strong and it could easily go above this resistance, and then you should not go short, of course. So observe first what happens. Okay, I took a second chance uh, for a second short trade here. And as you can see here, 4 candles in the 1-minute chart where we exactly touched the resistance but never got above it. So maybe we are more lucky with the second chance. Okay, some points ahead. Let's put the stop nearer to the entry. I sold at 73 now. And yeah, we're 20 points ahead. That's nice. You see, it goes very fast in the Dow Jones, and that is why I really like this market, because as a scalper, you can easily get 15, 20, even 30 points in 1 or 2 minutes. And that's really great about this market. It's going really fast because the Dow Jones is very expensive. That's the reason. So now we are again at this 50 level now, and I hope we'll get lower now. If not, I will get out and take my gain here. I'll put the stop on break even. Okay, we are 1,000 euros in gains now. Ah, now it's coming. That's fine. Very well. Now we can move the stop again to secure some gains. There you are. So just go with the direction of the market. Just follow the candles. You know, as long as the candles are red and build each time a new low, you're safe. You're in the right direction of the market. That's fine. The market is exactly doing what I expected him to do. So we're at the 70 now, and the entry was 73. That's almost 60 points. You see how fast it goes. Very well. Just follow the market. Yeah, I'm getting out because I will explain immediately. You see, the next candle is not building a new low, and I expect the market to turn here. Maybe I'm wrong, and the market goes further in the direction of the south, and it seems to happen. Let's observe this. Let's look what is happening now after I got out. Yeah. Oh, this really hurts, right? To see this. I left so much money on the table. But you know, that is trading. You rarely get the whole pie. You only get a piece of the pie of the pie, and it's really hard because for the same money, the market turns there at that level here, 20, and goes up again. And if you religiously would have followed the red candles, yes, then you would got here this trade and a really big gain, and it's a shame. I didn't stay in the trade, but nobody is perfect, and I made about 1,800 euros, I think, in 7 minutes time, so nothing to complain. But as you see, there was much more in it in this trade, and well, that's the way it is.